AnnaSophia, Robb, congratulations. You're heading down a dark hall in this one.
Yeah.
With Uma
light
Thurman.
at the end.
Well, Uma Thurman's the light at the end.
Yeah, or is she the darkness? I remember the first time I met her, we were on set, she was coming in, and I could just feel the energy change. It just sort of like fizzed up in the room, and she walked, I didn't even know she was there. I felt her first, and then she walked in. I was like, yes, this is Uma Thurman. This is our Madame Duray.
Why do you say, all right, I want to do this movie?
I felt very empowered as a young woman because it's mostly all female characters. It's very female driven. So that was very attractive. And then I also think it took a side of, it's a coming of age story. It's a very dark coming of age story, but it's about questioning authority and thinking about your future and taking ownership of that future, and realizing that there are consequences to actions, but at the end of the day, you're in charge, and that's part of sort of growing into who you want to become.
I remember when you first broke into the business and you were this little kid. And it reminds me that I'm getting old because like you're a young woman now. Yeah. You've grown up in this business.
Yeah.
Walk me through that journey.
So I started when I was 9, and then I did films throughout elementary school, went to middle school. I stayed through high school. I went to a public high school in Denver, but I did like Soul Surfer in high school. I did the Carrie Diaries after I graduated, and then I just graduated from NYU. When
you look back on your filmography and think about some of these movies, some of them have become classics, like Soul Surfer. That's a classic for a generation. Bridge, obviously, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, to have been part of projects that have touched millions of people across a generation. Yeah. That's got to be cool.
Yeah, that's fun. I don't think about it like that, but it is. It's nice when people come up and they're like a fan of the film because it's that story, it's those characters, or it's a book that they love. I have a lot of friends and they have kids, and I'll get FaceTime calls, and it's like, I don't talk to them that often, but I know when I get a call from them and they have children, I know I have to explain like, no, I do still have an arm, or no, I didn't die, I'm still here. But I know I always answer because I know their kids are having some meltdown and they're having to talk about death or some sort of tragedy or what's going on. So it's cool to be sort of a conversation starter for parents.
When you look at some of the people you've worked with, one of them's The Rock.
Yeah.
Do you know instantaneously, and that was before The Rock really became The Rock.
I know, right?
Do you know instantaneously that someone like that is going to become arguably the biggest movie star in the world?
No, yes and no. Some people just have, like Uma has it, they have they walk into a room and they fill the entire place with their presence. And I've worked with many actors who've had that, where you just sort of feel them. And you understand, it's charisma, it's a certain energy that they carry with them. You feel somehow comforted because they're a leader, because you feel like you know that they can do whatever they say they're going to do.
You're one of 2 women to have played Carrie Bradshaw. Do you ever think about that? And have you ever met Sarah Jessica Parker?
I have. When I first got the role, she sent me a really sweet note, just congratulating me and saying that she had faith in me. She had this gorgeous, like, curvy handwriting.
Of course.
Even the envelope smelled good. And so I felt that that meant a lot to me. And I've watched Sex and the City religiously. And yeah, I met her and she was lovely. She was just cool and chill.
There's no one like
SJP. Super stylish. Yeah, sparkly eyes. She does have a little sparkle in her eyes. And I also was like, how do you get that body? I mean, body positive, but she looks fantastic at all times. She's like strong, and she can just wear I don't know, I wore heels a lot on Carrie Diaries, and my feet got pretty tough, but I don't know, like the cobblestones and those heels, that's a real workout. That's a real skill.